Welcome back to Bike Hub, bike lovers. Today, we're diving deep into one of Honda's most iconic cruisers, a motorcycle that has carved its name into the shadows of custom culture, the 2025 Honda Shadow Phantom. The Shadow Phantom has always been a machine that merges raw simplicity with urban attitude. And in 2025, Honda has decided not just to refresh it, but to reinvent it while keeping its legendary DNA intact. So if you're curious about how Honda is keeping the cruiser culture alive, what changes they've made, and whether this bike is worth your money, stick around. This is a full breakdown of the brand new Shadow Phantom. A brief history of the Shadow legacy. Before we get into the 2025 model, let's rewind for a moment. The Honda Shadow lineup first rolled out in the early 1980s, challenging the dominance of American cruisers with Japanese reliability. Riders fell in love with Shadows because they looked the part, sounded the part, but didn't come with the mechanical headaches. The Phantom version, introduced later, stripped the Shadow down into a dark, stealthy machine, blacked-out engine, minimalist bodywork, and a no-nonsense cruiser stance. For over a decade, it's been the go-to for riders who wanted a low, mean-looking bike without breaking the bank. Now in 2025, Honda has sharpened the knife. The Phantom is back, and it's meaner than ever. Design. The first thing you notice about the new Phantom is its design evolution. Honda hasn't reinvented the wheel, they've refined it. The matte black finish dominates the bike, with subtle chrome accents only where necessary. A lower, stretched profile gives it a muscular stance. The LED headlamp now comes in a rounded retro-modern casing, adding visibility without breaking the old-school aesthetic. The fenders are tighter, the lines are cleaner, and the bike feels like it was sculpted from a single block of steel. One key highlight is Honda's attention to detail. The blacked-out exhaust system looks aggressive but refined, the minimal badging screams confidence, and the tank design is bold yet timeless. This bike doesn't try to be flashy. Instead, it whispers, "I'm here. Respect me." Engine and performance. Now let's get into what makes this machine run. The 2025 Honda Shadow Phantom carries forward its legendary 745cc liquid-cooled, SOHC, V-twin engine. Honda has slightly retuned it for cleaner emissions while maintaining the deep, throaty exhaust note cruiser fans crave. Specs include power output, around 47 horsepower. Torque, roughly 50 Nm of torque, delivered low in the rev range. Transmission, a smooth 5-speed gearbox with Honda's bulletproof reliability. Final drive, shaft drive, which means less maintenance and smoother cruising. This engine is not about speed records. It's about rideability. The Phantom delivers steady torque that makes city cruising effortless and highway runs comfortable. It's a motorcycle built for the rider who values ease, style, and dependability over raw aggression. Handling. The 2025 model has received a few tweaks to improve handling. The low seat height of just 25.6 inches makes it extremely approachable, even for shorter riders. The front suspension now features a slightly longer travel for added comfort. Rear shocks are adjustable, giving riders more flexibility. A new 41mm front fork improves stability and control. Combine that with a curb weight of about 550 pounds, and you've got a cruiser that feels planted yet manageable. Whether you're weaving through traffic or gliding down an open road, the Phantom remains smooth and predictable. Honda has also fitted disc brakes with ABS, a much-needed update for modern riding conditions. Stopping power feels solid, adding confidence especially for new riders entering the cruiser world. Technology and features. Honda understands the Phantom's identity. This isn't a high-tech touring bike filled with screens and gadgets. The philosophy here is, keep it pure, but make it smart. Features include full LED lighting for better visibility, digital analog hybrid display that blends classic cruiser style with modern readability, optional smartphone connectivity through Honda's app for basic navigation and trip data, USB-C charging port, discreetly hidden for convenience. Honda has also improved the ergonomics. Handlebars are slightly wider, foot pegs are forward set but not extreme, and the seat cushion has been redesigned for longer rides. It's these little details that make the Phantom feel modern without losing its soul. Riding experience. What does the 2025 Shadow Phantom feel like to ride? Imagine this. You swing a leg over, sit down low, grip those wide bars, and fire up the V-twin. The exhaust growls, not too loud, not too quiet, just enough to remind you it's alive. At low speeds, the bike feels balanced and forgiving. It doesn't intimidate you. Twist the throttle, and the torque kicks in smoothly, pulling you forward with confidence. On highways, the Phantom can cruise at 70 to 80 mph without breaking a sweat. The wind hits your chest, reminding you you're on a cruiser, but the bike never feels unstable. It's not a sport bike, but it gives you the comfort and authority that cruiser fans love. In city riding, the low seat height and nimble handling make it surprisingly easy to maneuver. Parking, U-turns, and lane changes all feel effortless. The Shadow Phantom isn't about chasing adrenaline. It's about commanding presence on the road while enjoying every mile. Fuel efficiency, built for practical riders. One of Honda's biggest advantages over traditional American cruisers is fuel efficiency. The 2025 Phantom delivers around 55 miles per gallon, 23 km/h depending on riding style. With a 3.9-gallon tank, you're looking at a range of over 200 miles before needing to refuel. For riders who want style without burning through cash, this is a big win. Customization potential. Honda knows that cruiser culture thrives on customization. And the new Phantom is designed to be a blank canvas. With its blacked-out base, minimal bodywork, and clean lines, the 2025 Shadow Phantom is perfect for modifications. Swap in aftermarket exhausts for a louder growl. Add saddlebags for touring. Change handlebars or mirrors for personal flair. Even go full bobber or cafe cruiser style with minimal effort. Honda has made sure the Phantom appeals not just to stock riders but also to the creative crowd who love building bikes that stand out. Price and value. So how much will this beauty set you back? Honda has priced the 2025 Shadow Phantom at around $8,500 USD. That places it in the sweet spot of the cruiser market, far below Harley-Davidson or Indian's entry models, yet packed with the reliability and reputation Honda is famous for. For new riders, it's approachable. For experienced riders, it's affordable enough to be a second bike or a base for customization projects. Either way, Honda has nailed the value for money equation. Competition. The cruiser segment is competitive, so where does the Phantom stand? Against the Harley-Davidson Iron 883, the Phantom wins on price, reliability, and ease of ownership. Compared to the Yamaha Bolt R spec, the Phantom feels smoother and more refined. Against the Kawasaki Vulcan S, it trades modern sportiness for a more traditional cruiser vibe. Honda's Phantom sits comfortably in the middle, reliable, stylish, and affordable. It may not beat competitors in raw performance, but it nails the balance. Who should buy the 2025 Shadow Phantom? This bike is for new riders who want a confidence-inspiring first cruiser. Urban commuters who want style without sacrificing comfort. Cruiser enthusiasts looking for a reliable, affordable machine to customize. Anyone tired of overpriced cruisers but still wanting presence on the road. If you want a bike that's affordable, stylish, low maintenance, and timeless, the Shadow Phantom is calling your name. Final verdict. The 2025 Honda Shadow Phantom is proof that sometimes, less is more. Honda didn't overload it with unnecessary gadgets or chase horsepower wars. Instead, they stayed true to what the Phantom has always been, a dark, simple, reliable cruiser with attitude. For under $9,000, you get a motorcycle that looks mean, rides smooth, and will keep running for decades with minimal fuss. Whether you're a first-time rider or a seasoned cruiser fan, the new Phantom deserves your attention. So if you're ready to ride into the shadows, Honda's got you covered. Outro, call to action. And that's the full breakdown of the 2025 Honda Shadow Phantom. What do you think about Honda's dark cruiser? Has it lived up to the legacy, or are you expecting more from the Shadow lineup? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more motorcycle deep dives, and share this video with your riding buddies. Until next time, ride safe, ride hard, and keep chasing the horizon.